Wake up, daddy's home.
Welcome home, sir.
Dan, if I couldn't grapple a fucking rapist off his ma.
But if one man can hold you down, two can wait.
Darling, you got to let me know.
Why'd you take your pants off?
It's always tease, tease, tease.
How many cars we have back there?
Ariel, that would be 1, 2.
You're happy when I'm on my knees.
Throw my wife's legs up in the air.
One day is fine and next is
Impossible.
black.
I'm not black. I'm Dominican.
Put my finger in him. My opponent asked why they knocked out on the ground. I don't think nobody want to call me out.
Well, come on and let me know.
Two different ends of the spectrum.
Should I stay or should I go?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We might be back. We are back, in fact. I'm declaring it. I'm making a confirmation. I'm making a statement of truth, of assumption, of correctness, of credibility. I don't know what other words to use. We are back, though. The drought is over. The skies have opened up. We have water again. We have substance. We have something to live for. The UFC hiatus is finally complete, and we've got a pay-per-view card to kick things off in 2026 this weekend. I hope you enjoyed my masterful CapCut editing skills. I'm the best in the business for a reason. But yeah, like the video if you are excited for the return of UFC, and if you're looking forward to the card this weekend. I'll be running through these quick picks now, because I'm a little rusty with the CapCut. You know, I haven't pulled out the editing fingers in a while. That shit took me way too long, so I'm probably going to I think I've actually spent longer on the 45-second CapCut intro edit than I'm actually going to spend recording the rest of the video. So yeah, quick picks. I'm skimming through all these bum-ass prelim fights, and I'll talk about, there's a few fights that I care about, mainly the top 5, but swapping out Rose for Umar, and then there's a few other interesting fights. But overall, the card is pretty good. It should be fun. It should execute well and be a good display for the UFC's first event on Paramount, which I will not be watching because I don't watch on Paramount. I watch on streaming. No, I watch on Fight Pass in Australia, but I think they're making us use Paramount as well, but just not giving us the free pay-per-view. We still have to pay for pay-per-views, so fuck them, yeah. But anyway, let me know in the comments what fight you were most excited for. Let me know your predictions, all that. Like, subscribe if you want more elite CapCut editing skills. And yeah, follow my IGs, Twitter, all that shit, Left Lane MMA. And let's get into this video. So, we're skimming through these ones because I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Ty Miller, Adam Fugit, I'm going to pick Ty Miller. Also, again, for those who haven't been watching the channel, maybe you're only here for the picks, which again, I wouldn't blame you because my picks are tremendous. I was second overall in 2025 across the entirety of MMA YouTube, so you should definitely subscribe for that alone. But just so that, yeah, that is my record down there. Like you can see, solid 68% on the picks, 80% on the locks. I kind of got a bit loose with the locks as we went on, so I'll be tightening those up. I'm trying to go 90+% on locks this year. That's what we're going to be going for in 2026. But yeah, first fight, Ty Miller versus Adam Fugit. Ty Miller is pretty nice. He's got good hands, uses his range well. He fought a dude on Contender Series, whooped him up. Adam Fugit's just a guy who's going to take punishment and be a victim in there. So give me Ty Miller to start things off. And the next fight is going to be another victim-looking individual, and that is Ricky Tercios, who I will be picking to lose to Cameron Smotherman, because quite frankly, I'm never picking Ricky Tercios in a fight. I'm sorry. I'm just making it a rule of thumb to not pick someone who looks like that. My apologies. And also in the comments, shut up, that's not what I look like. I know someone's going to be like, that's literally you, bro. It's not. I'm more of an Austin Bashi. You know, I'm not quite built like as much of a victim as Ricky Tercios, you know. We are Austin Bashi. But anyway, regardless, I don't know what I'm even saying. It's 3 a.m. But yeah, I'm picking Smotherman. I don't know. He made it to a decision against Ricky Simone compared to Tercios, who has a couple moments in some fights, and other than that is just completely garbage. So yeah, picking him to lose. And then the other irrelevant fight, which I don't care about, is Josh Hockett versus Denzel Freeman, the civil rights activist. I don't know if he's actually a civil rights activist. His name just sounds like it, and he kind of looks like it as well. no one would be surprised if this dude showed up in your history textbooks for civil rights period in 1960 or whatever. But regardless, yeah, I'm picking Josh Hokett. Freeman looked mid as hell in his debut on the Qatar card. Hokett, I still don't think he's particularly good, but at least he's got hand speed and he's somewhat athletic for the weight class, so I'll pick him to win as well. But now we can move on to the more relevant fights. So, first one should be big fun, a big action, probably a big KO incoming. It's Alexander Hernandez versus Michael Johnson. Now, the odds are pretty close on this one, I believe. I am going to be picking Alexander Hernandez, though. Now, Michael Johnson is probably the more technical fighter, yes. I just still don't, and I know he won his last fight, I don't want to trust old heads and these fucking unks to win. Because, like, Michael Johnson will randomly, like, school Daniel Zellhuber, and then in his next fight just get fucking flatline KO'd. So, like, I don't know. I just can't trust him. Hernandez has got momentum. He's been putting together some wins. He just KO'd CDF. I know not to use MMA math, but he just flatlined CDF, but on a flatline, but he beat him up pretty bad, dropped him bad. CDF put Michael Johnson on a fucking stretcher pretty much, just laid him out cold. So I can really see Alexander Hernandez catching him with a big meaty overhand, which we've seen him susceptible to. We've seen him laid out by big meaty overhands. So I could see Michael Johnson just kind of tagging him up with a jab with the straights, and then like maybe late round 1, early round 2, he just catches him, puts him out. Michael Johnson gets flatlined again. Because he has a habit of doing that. Anyway, let's move on. I really like this fight. This is a good one. Charles Johnson versus Alex Perez. I'm going to be picking Charles Johnson to win. I just can't trust Alex Perez. I hate picking guys who are just clearly on slumps in their career, or even if I don't think they've regressed that much, they're just losing. Like, it's just difficult to snap a 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5 fight losing streak. I think Perez right now is coming off the Johnson loss. Sorry, he's coming off the Almabayev loss. He's coming off the Tyra loss, where I think before that he actually was coming off a win, but he's like 1-4 in his last 5, I believe. And the one win was over Mateusz Nicolai, who's like the only flyweight who's like more washed or on more of a slide than Alex Perez right now. But I just can't trust him. Charles Johnson's just like, he's quick, he's rangy, and Perez was able to look decent against like Aswell Mabayev, who's very mid on the feet, and then ended up getting taken down and subbed or got with that guillotine. But I think Charles Johnson will just keep it on the feet, and I don't think Perez's style is going to work as well. Charles Johnson on the feet has lost to like Ramazan Temirov, who's just massively explosive and just dangerous. With his Perez, I think is just, his style just really isn't all that anymore, and he's not going to be schooling Charles Johnson like Alona Kavanagh was, or having a lot of success with volume like Josh Van was. He's just not that clean, he's not that technical, he doesn't have that level of speed. So yeah, I think Charles Johnson's going to pick him apart. I don't think Charles will put him away. I think Charles doesn't really put away everyone he fights. He kind of puts away, he doesn't really put away the vets. He puts away, he'll catch prospects off guard, because that's kind of like the veteran savviness of what he does, is know where his opponent is at in a fight, like mental-wise, willingness-wise, like just composure, awareness-wise, and he'll catch him off guard. Perez will be aware, he won't get caught with some bullshit, I don't think. His only TKO loss recently was the injury to Tyra, caused by Tyra, and he got finished by Benavidez way back. But yeah, I don't think Perez has the weapons for him on the feet. So give me Charles Johnson by a clear decision. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, Modi B, Modestas Bukauskas versus Nikita Krylov. Another case where I just cannot pick someone who took basically 2 years off fucking fighting on the front lines, I'm pretty sure. Might have been kidnapped at one point by soldiers, and manages to make his way back, fight Dominic Reyes, get flatlined, fight Bogdan Guskov, get flatlined. I don't know what fucking prisoner of war torture shit he was getting done with over there, but they did something to the man's chin, because he came back with a fucking glass jaw, chin literally the level of fragile as Anthony Davis's body. See, I know how much you guys love the NBA references. I took your advice from the last video, and you know, I didn't think we had enough, so I think we're going to be dropping more basketball references, guys. Let me know in the comments if that's what you're hyped up for. I'm kidding. Okay, I talked about basketball way too much in the last video. I will acknowledge that. I know there is a cross audience. Like, I know there are people who do want to hear me talk about it. I'll drop some references. That one video was just 90% basketball pretty much, so that was my bad. For those who just completely zoned out and just didn't want to watch it, I get it. But no, Modestas Bukauskas, I think he should win this. Look, I do think in his prime, Krylov is better. And I could see some people, like, I could see MMA Guru picking Nikita Krylov and being like, oh, I don't know, in his prime he's way better, he should still win this. And it's the case of, like, a Dominic Reyes, Dustin Jacoby, where the chin is the question, but the guy is just that much better that it doesn't really matter. I don't know if that's the case here. Modestas has had moments where he does look mid as hell, and his technique isn't amazing. He looks just a bit flimsy and stuff on the feet. Like, he hasn't looked tremendous in a lot of his fights. He beat Paul Craig his last time out, just fucking finished him with a big elbow. But, like, will he find the shot on Krylov? I can't be overly confident, which is why I don't have him as, like, bro, Modestas is a lock, bro. Because I still don't think he's, like, top 10 caliber. And Krylov in his prime is, but I just think Krylov's chin is fucking washed and he's going to get tagged and put away. It's going to look like Jack Hermanson. You don't get the chin back from fighting again. Like, this will be his third fight in the span of, like, 8 months, 9 months. So good activity from him. But when you're getting only KO'd in that span again, he turned around in April. He turned around from April and fought in July and got after getting flatlined. So, like, I just can't trust him at this point. Anyway, let's move on. Literal hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. Nuclear power plant versus dying ant. Yeah, lots of comparisons that could be made here for the level that we're working with. Now, it would be objectively hilarious if Ateba got schooled or finished by Andre fucking Pulayev, but at this point, I just have to assume that he is legit. He's gonna crush cans. Pulayev's not good. I mean, CLD didn't finish him, so look, if he does go out there, do not treat this the same as Tristan Vines and as Jose Medino and as fucking Robert Valentin. Like, if he goes out there and flatlines Pulayev in a round, that is a good win. Like, Pulayev took CLD to a mid-range fight decision. He is not awful. He'll look bad in moments and he looks like a victim. He looks like a fucking peasant out of Bolshevik Russia. Out of fucking 1920s Russia. Like, I don't know, it's a weird looking bloke. But, yeah. I don't know, it looks like a fucking Ukrainian prisoner of war or some shit. But, like, I just think he is good, though. But no, Gaethje should win. He should overwhelm him. Physicality-wise, should be too much. Gaethje's quick as well. It's not like he's slow but powerful, where it's like, oh, Pulayev could school him and shit. I don't view that as the case right now. I think it's going to take a way better striker to beat Gaethje. Or it's going to take someone to expose his wrestling, which Pulayev is not going to do. So yeah, give me Ateba Gaethje by round 1 finish. I'll say not like flatline KO, but he'll just kind of victimize him up against the cage. He'll back up, he'll pressure him, and the ref will just step in and it'll be like easy win for him. Probably won't get a bonus, is my prediction. Anyway, let's move on. Umnar Nurmagomedov versus Devilson Figueiredo. Yeah, Umar's like a minus 1500 favorite. I think he's gonna win, guys. No, Figgy is just old. I know he beat Montel Jackson in his last fight. I don't really view that as that impressive, and I still don't think he looked that good. I think Montel just fought awfully, and yeah, it just wasn't that impressive for me. The guy, Umar, look, he had moments of looking mid against Bautista. He did get cracked. There is always a possibility if Figgy catches him with lighter man skill, it would be the best thing ever if Figueiredo fucking flatlined Umar or put him away, like guillotine. Imagine a Figueiredo guillotine. That'd feed families. That is actually something to watch, low-key. He does have guillotines in the arsenal, so don't be shocked if you get like a that's tight and it's like Rogan's like no way, and DC's like Joe that's in. He's fighting out of it. Like we might get like a so-called tight it's in. He might have to tap guillotine attempt. That Umar will probably be fine, but yeah, I just think he'll out-wrestle him. He'll be too quick. Even on the feet, I think he can win this quite comfortably. So, should be Umar all day. What's next for the winner? I mean, what's next for Umar if he wins? It kind of depends on how the main event goes. Also, the co-main event goes with O'Malley and Song. I've said this before. If O'Malley wins, Umar wins. They're going to do Yarn, O'Malley. If Song wins, Umar wins, they'll do Yarn or Umar. This is like after, or like, I just don't know. It'll just be which order they do it in with Marab. If Song wins and Figgy wins, they'll do Song. Because, again, Figgy won't get it regardless. If Umar wins and Song wins, they'll do, I think I said that, but you know what I mean. I don't know what the order's going to be, when the fight will get made, when Yarn will actually defend his belt for the first time. maybe we're getting a White House, like one of the, like the third title fight down on that card or something like that. We'll see. Dana said they're going to start booking that in February, so they're probably going to wait for the result of these first 2 cards that are back to back, and then they won't have another like big star fighting for a while. So they'll probably figure out what they're doing based off this card, really, because they'll want to know what they're going to be doing with Ilya, and they're going to want to know what they're going to be doing with Peter Yan / like O'Malley star wise. Anyway though, let's move on. And also, like, if like Gene Silver wins and Volk wins, don't be shocked if they just book that straight away before the London card, where there's probably going to be Movzar Murphy. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. Next up, Jean Silver versus Arnold Allen. Autism Bowl right here. This is the Autism Super Bowl, the Autism Playoffs. First team Autism, first team All Chrome. Arnold Allen versus Jean Silver. Who's going to win this one? I have to pick Jean Silver. I just think he's going to be too much. I think the pressure, I think the power, I think the offense, the danger on the feet is going to be too much for Arnold Allen, who I just don't view as the same level of threat as Diego Lopez to counter the offense of Jean Silver, to put him away, to deter him in any way. I think he's just going to be fighting off the back foot the whole time, desperately trying to stay technical and stay calm and keep himself safe. And I think Jean Silver's just going to fucking run at him and just kill him. Like, maybe not kill him. Like, Arnold Allen is solid, but he's been cracked before. He's not got like an iron chin. It's not like he's been like flatline KO'd or anything like that. But I just think Jean's power is different, and I think those shots he was landing clean on Diego, who again probably has worse head movement than Allen, so Allen might do a better job at not getting hit by those. But if they are connecting, I don't think anyone other than Lopez in the featherweight division, maybe Yair, would be taking those shots. Because, dude, he just hits so fucking hard. We've seen him just kill people with just one shot, and Lopez was taking him. And Lopez actually has power and offense and wrestling and other things to worry about. Jiu-jitsu, a top game, ground and pounds. Like, yeah, he gave Gene other things to be concerned about. And then Gene kind of just said, well, I'm not concerned, so I'm going to run at you and fucking punch you in the head. And elbow your cranium into 1,000 fucking pieces. And he was having success, and then he wasn't, and he got caught. And, like, I'm not saying an early stoppage, but again, probably could have let that fight go to the end of the round. Like, the way that fight was going, in a brawl like that, just, bro, let someone go out cold. Like, who kind of, like, I personally would like to see that. I'm not saying Gene would have won. Like, that damage after that probably would have really fucking impacted him. But yeah, regardless, I think Gene's power is going to be too much. I think we're going to see these fighting nerds all rebound well. I don't know about Mauricio Rufus versus Fiziev, because that is a tough-ass fucking fight. But we saw how Prates rebounded, and we haven't seen any of the other ones rebound. But if Gene Silver goes out there and just blitzes Arnold Allen in round 1, I'm going to be fucking locking Caio Borralho to beat Brendan Allen, or to beat Rainier Dorita, sorry. And I'm going to be locking, I won't lock it, but I might genuinely pick Mauricio Rufus to beat Fiziev against all logic, just because apparently, like, if all of these guys fucking win their next fight after losing, like, that just might be the meta. You got to take the first loss. That was their sacrifice. They all had to take a loss on the way up the rankings to then win all of their other fights. Who the fuck knows what's going on with them? But it was promised to them multiple thousands of years ago. It was written in some book that some other dude wrote, and some other dude declared that that was what he was vibing with, you know, type shit. Religion 101. But, I'm sorry. But no, Arnold Allen, Gene Silver, yeah, I don't know, Allen, he's been off for fucking ages as well. What's he going to have been doing in the time off? He keeps breaking his hand, he keeps fucking up his shoulders, all this, like, that's not good signs. Like, you're not 50, like, you're supposed to be in your prime, and you're getting injured and missing, like, years at a time, fighting 1 year at a time. Hasn't fought since last July, since July 2024. Like, what? So, yeah, I just cannot be trusting him to win. I just can't. So, yeah, give me Gene Silver. Pressure, volume, catches him, puts him away, and demands a title shot, and everyone gets mad at him. Anyway, and probably barks way too much and doesn't learn that it's really cringe and no one actually wants him to be doing it. Anyway, let's move on. Now, I'm going to have to actually spend the next 17 minutes on this fight. It just requires that level of analysis. I need to, first I'm going to be breaking down the outside foot battle, and then the inside foot battle, the range management game, I'm going to be spending 5 minutes each on both of their respective jabs, another 3 minutes on both of their respective hip feints, and their counters, and I'm also going to be spending another 3.5-4 minutes on their ability to make meaningless noise when they throw non-impactful strikes. Yeah, no, this fight could not mean less to me. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. I'm sorry, bro, why the fuck is this on the main card? Literally every other fight other than the first 3 prelims, I would genuinely be more okay. Like, Krylov fight could be on there, Charles Johnson could be on there, Ateba could be on there, Umar could be on there. Any of those 4 fights could be on the main card over this, and it would make more sense. I'll pick Natalia Silva. She's a massive favourite. I can't call her a lock just because, again, Rose is still crafty. She can still mix it up, you know. Natalia Silva, she beat Grasso. Do we rate Grasso? You know, she beat Andrade. Do we rate Andrade? In any aspect? Of course not. No, especially not in the looks department. But no, I don't know. Natalia Silva should win. She's younger. She's in her prime. She probably actually cares about fighting. Yeah, and, you know, yeah, the outside foot battle, the range game, the feinting game. She's just, that hip feint is just milliseconds quicker, and more causing of reactions. I actually broke down every single one of her fights. I watched them all back in slow motion, and I calculated the amount of hip feints that she did, that she offered her opposition, and I counted the amount of times her opponent reacted to a blank hip feint. And I did the same for Rose. Natalia Silva actually succeeds her by 12.7% of more hip feints, drawing reactions. Okay, I'll shut up. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, Waldo Cortez Acosta. I know black, I Dominican. Versus Derek Lewis. Shit, man. I'm going to be picking Where's Waldo to win. I just can't trust Derek Lewis. I know he beat Talison Teixeira, but like, he beats all the like actual shitters. Like, he beats the straight bums. He beats all the Brazilian taxi drivers. Waldo's not Brazilian. He is Dominican. You know, black, he's Dominican. And yeah, I think he's going to win this fight. I think his hand speed's better than Lewis. I think he's got more weapons, actually mixes it up properly, throws straight punches, doesn't just rely on overhands. Now, Lewis has a solid chin, I would say, and he's not, like Waldo, I would not compare to a Cyril Gane or someone along those lines who I think has the capability. Like, he has the capability, but the likelihood of finishing him, I would say no. So, give me Where's Waldo by decision. He'll put the eye patch on, he'll call out Aspinall, he'll get a bunch of social media interactions. Lewis will, I don't know, probably go just fight on the White House or something. If Lewis wins, it would be fun, and it'll probably end up meaning he'll be on like the main card of the White House or something, so shit like that. So, I don't know. Who do we want to win? Wilder's been building the fanfare. I'm kind of just like, I know Lewis is a fan favourite, he's cool, it's always cool to see him get a knockout. At this point, I think Wilder winning is just clearly better for the division. Like, no one really has an interest in Derek Lewis at the top of the sport. So, yeah, give me Wilder. I could see a TKO depending on how motivated Lewis comes in, but if Lewis actually stays in there the whole time and doesn't just get frustrated and quit as soon as he's getting tagged up and actually tries to make it to a decision, I think he will. So, yeah, give me Where's Waldo by points. Anyway, let's move on. Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean, Mr. No J in the Peen versus Song Yudong. This is one I was kind of on the fence on. I was leaning Song for a little bit. When I did my predicting the rankings, actually it's Song above O'Malley, because originally I was picking him. Now the vibe is just O'Malley, I'm not going to lie. Like, this just kind of doesn't feel like a fight Song Yudong wins. He wins the 5 to 15 range, guys. He doesn't win these top 5 fights. Peter Yan, Corey Sandhagen, I think it's going to end up being Sean O'Malley as well. It's just not his level quite yet. He's still youngish, I think he can get there. But his game is just a little bit, I won't say one-dimensional, but it's like, he's not the best striker in the division. There's like 4 guys that would 3-4 guys that would outstrike him. He's not got the best cardio in the division. It's not bad, but it's not like I could see him putting a pace on someone in terms of a viable winning strategy. He's not got like unbelievable grappling. It's good. His takedown defense against Corey Sandhagen was pretty good. Against Jan got him down a few times as he built into the fight. But I would overall, Cejudo, I think he stuffed pretty much all his takedowns. Who, again, do we rate the Cejudo performance at this stage, seeing how he just looked? I don't know if we do. So I think signs are just leading to O'Malley outpointing him. He's got the range advantage on the feet. I think he's going to do be a bit too much for him, mix it up, and just frustrate Song Yadong, who's going to be charging in, who's going to just resort to big hooks and stuff. Song's got one of the best chins in the bantamweight division. I don't think he gets finished. I don't think this will be like O'Malley's highlight reel to where Dana will be able to go to the back and be like, listen, kid, how do you not give O'Malley a title shot? He probably will still, but I don't think it'll be some showcase. I think it'll just be, not like ekes out a decision, but like puts enough work in, out volumes, outlands him at range, gets the W. So that is my prediction, and he'll probably fucking get a title shot next, no matter what the result is. If it is a win, doesn't matter how convincing, robbery or not. It'll be infuriating. He'll call for yarn in his annoying little voice, and it'll piss me off. But it is what it is. I think he wins this one. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, we got Justin Gaethje versus Patrick Pimblett, the main event of the evening. What am I doing here? Give me a minute. Or give me a second. I am going to be picking Patrick Pimblett to win this one by, I'll say, submission. Let me just get a drink of my water, because I got... Yeah. I'm going to be pick Paddy Pimblett, because another one that I was a bit on the fence on. But the vibe for me was always Paddy. The vibe for me was always Gaethje's kind of knows he's out of here soon. He's not really in it for the thing, and I still don't think Paddy's good, which is going to piss me off, because as soon as if he loses this fight, I'll come on for my post-fight recap and I'll cope it and be like, I told you guys from the start Paddy was shit, he was overrated, whatever, but I'm picking him. It's like the opposite with fucking Bedtime. Bedtime's been glazing him, saying people are underrating, not giving him credit, but he's picking Gaethje to win. I am like the one who just doesn't give them credit, but then I'm like, fuck, I have to keep picking them, because like, just vibes, and they're still fighting kind of mid-level opposition and winnable matchups. And Gaethje's a winnable matchup in my opinion. He's not mid, but like that was all the other lead up to this was Chandler, Bobby Green, Ferguson. These guys all mid. At least now he's fighting like I would consider an elite lightweight, but with a skill set that makes him quite beatable. For Paddy, he's gonna be bigger than Gaethje. Is he gonna be able to just like ragdoll him with ease? I wouldn't think so. But if he gets to his back, even against the clinch, like in the clinch standing, if he gets control, I can just see him crafting some shit up with the grappling, getting an entanglement. Gaethje kind of goes fight for fight in terms of fighting smart and like intelligent. He fought I would consider a smart fight. He fought a terrible fight against Max. It was an awful fight from him. He performed terribly. He fought pretty solid against Fiziev. That means he's going to be stupid and dumb and retarded, and he's going to forget how to fucking fight properly. So, yeah, I think Paddy will be locked in. Probably wants this a little bit more, you know, all favours on the UFC side. How often do you see the ideal UFC outcome actually come to fruition? Like, and you know in the back, Dana White's pumping his fist going, let's go. And he goes, but listen, how do you not love this kid? This is superstar. Paddy Pimblett, badass, pay-per-view drop. We're bringing back pay-per-view just for him. That's kind of the thing, the vibe. And yeah, it just kind of happens a lot. Anytime they want someone to win, it just most of the time happens, or it gets back their way some way or another. So I'm going to be picking Paddy Pimblett. I think the striking wise, please, you have not fought since April. If you still are fighting with your fucking hands by your waist and your chin in the air every time you throw the worst left hook I've ever seen in my life, it's going to irritate me a lot. But I could so see that happening. But regardless, I think it's Paddy. I'm not confident, but I think it's Paddy. I think he'll use the size advantage. I think Gaethje won't be able to really just like have fun in the clinch. He won't be able to control the action much. We'll just kind of be controlling Gaethje in the clinch. I'm saying we. I'm not even a we. I don't even like Paddy. But as my pick, he or we as my pick will be controlling Gaethje using our size. I don't even like Paddy. And I think he'll manage to either squeak out it. I could see a decision. I could see a really tough fight, scrap, maybe even a fight of the night, where they both get credit and people go, damn, I didn't realize Paddy had it on the feet like that. Because he'll put up like a better fight than people think on the feet, and then like, I don't know, Gaethje will get out of a submission attempt or something like that, and you'll be like, credit to him, man, he's a warrior. I don't know what will happen in the aftermath. Who the fuck really knows? When's Arman going to get the title shot? Could not tell you. But that is going to do it, guys. Like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. Again, not overly long today. Kept the yap to a minimum, about half an hour. So yeah, enjoy. See you later, and looking forward to the card this weekend.